This is what happens next. What if I told you that you could see the future? What if you could predict the price of Bitcoin, the price of stocks, the price of your house? Would you be able to make money in the future? Of course you would, right? I have this daydream going on every single day where I get to go back in time and I get to know everything that I know about the price of Bitcoin way back here. I magically appear back in 2020 right here with all of my knowledge of the future. Wouldn't that be helpful? Wouldn't you be able to make some money if you could just go back in time to right here? But instead of doing that, obviously we can't go back in time, unfortunately. If you have a time machine, hit me up. But since we can't do that, what if I could just tell you that I knew for sure what was going to happen to this? I knew for sure where this thing was going to go. Of course, no one can predict the future, but in this video, I am going to try. So smash the like button because how this all plays out. As you guys know on this channel, I'm going way deeper into topics. My last video was like a 40-minute banger. Where is it? It's over here. It was a banger about why Bitcoin is the way to go. It's gone. I can't find it. I've got so many tabs open. This one right here. Why buy Bitcoin was a 40-minute banger about all of the basics that you need to know about Bitcoin and why everything in society is pointing towards buying some Bitcoin right now. But in this video, I want to talk about all the craziness that's going on in the world. Let's just get to it. If you're ready for all of this, for a summary of everything that you're seeing in the news, we're talking inflation, recession, the Fed, the supply chains, China, all of this stuff on the screen. If you're excited for a summary and predicting the future perfectly, I know it's going to be hard, but I promise you this is going to blow your mind if you watch the entire video to the end. If you're excited for that, do me one favor. Stick your little thumb, take your little, I don't know, your pinky finger, maybe your thumb, maybe take both. See if you can smash the like button at the same time with your thumb and your pinky. I know it seems like logistically difficult, but just smash it right on the like button and share this with someone who it helps because I promise you I've got like 5,000 tabs and I'm about to blow your mind. Let's go. How this all plays out. Let's try really hard to predict everything perfectly. So let's go through everything that's happening. You guys know this stuff is happening, but it's kind of important. We're kind of at this like point in history where we need to focus in if we want to make money, if we want to see the future. So let's go. Inflation's at all-time highs. Okay, number one, we have inflation that is out of control, bonkers. Have you guys went to the gas pump lately? Have you guys went to the store lately? It's insane out here in the membrane, okay? And so US inflation hit a new 40-year high last month of 8.6%. America's rampant inflation is imposing severe pressures on families. You feeling the pressure? You feeling it deep in your body? Yeah, we all are, okay? I mean, the rich people are obviously doing a lot better than the poor people. I feel bad for people like this. But anyway, let's close some advertisements here. Consumers are feeling even worse about the US economy thanks to inflation. Oh, great. So everything's bad and we're feeling worse because of inflation. Okay, so that's number one. We have inflation. The second thing that's happening is there's a recession that is already here. I don't know if you've been watching the news lately, but the S&P 500 confirms that we are already in a recession. According to this one is already asking the hard question that I'm going to get to in a second. Is it worth risking a recession that we're already in to get inflation under control? We're going to talk a lot about this the rest of the video. Okay. Fed hiking rates. You guys have heard all of this talk about Jerome Powell and the Fed is raising interest rates and they're slowing down the money printer. It's happening, guys. The Fed delivers the biggest interest rate hike in decades to combat surging inflation. We have this guy looking very scared because he's raising interest rates. Everyone's talking about it. What does it mean? Cathie Wood warns the Fed is ignoring dangerous signals as it plows ahead with draconian rate hikes. Remember, what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm showing you all the things that are happening right now. Then we're going to go through what is going to happen when all of these things play out. We're going to predict the future on this video right now. I'm really excited. I don't know if you can tell. It's a good video. It's gonna blow your mind. Supply chains are very jacked up. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but why is the supply chain all jacked up? Forbes magazine. If you've seen that maybe a lot of our oil comes from Russia. Maybe there's this thing happening in Russia and Ukraine where there's people fighting and like we can't get our oil. Oil makes up 8% of US oil imports. In most European countries, that number is much higher. Yikes. Ukraine's wheat harvest, which feeds the world, it feeds the whole world, can't leave the country. That's not great. That's not the best headline I've ever seen. So we have supply chains that are totally jacked up. Check this out. Shanghai's, we'll get to the lockdowns in a second. Okay. The supply chains are jacked up. Here's some more crazy stuff that's happening. I'm just trying to set the stage for my future predicting ways. Before I get the crystal ball out, we got to show you what's happening right now, okay? Real quick. Crazy stuff that's happening everywhere. We have lockdowns in China. We have these people locking down countries. Shanghai's leader calls a 2-month lockdown completely correct. He locked down a city of 26 million people. for 2 months, and now he's saying that he was doing the right thing. Now, we have made in China, sold in Amazon community faces gloomy future. As you guys know, I've got a lot of experience selling stuff on Amazon, okay? And so these lockdowns, these COVID-19 lockdowns are affecting Amazon sellers, and it's starting to trickle back home. All these lockdowns, it's weird how that works when a big country that makes everything that I'm wearing, everything that I'm literally using at my desk right now, when that country starts locking its people down sporadically, it has effects on us back home. It's weird how that works, right? It's crazy. All right, let's go through a few more things really quick. We have China bank runs. This is a new one today. I saw this. There's a run on Chinese banks, and it's being ignored by the world. Imagine if there were people lining up outside Bank of America, Chase Bank, PNC Bank, and they were like, hey, I need my money. If that was happening in the US, it would be headline news. But this is happening in China. It's been happening for over 2 weeks, and no one's talking about it. This is crazy. This is insane. We have the Bank of Japan blowing up. I'm going to go through these fast. The Bank of Japan is blowing up. Guess what that means? They are printing unlimited amounts of money to try to stop their entire economy from exploding, and the consumers are getting destroyed. We have crypto contagion. You guys heard about contagion? It's this thing where crypto billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried is having to bail out the entire crypto industry to BlockFi, to Voyager, to all of these places because we have contagion from the whole Luna event that was happening. Go watch my other video for more information on that. I'm going faster because I don't want you guys to get bored. Society is at each other's throats. I mean, have you seen Twitter these days? I'm not even going to pull these up, but there's protests. Everyone's mad at each other. They're mad, they're mad, they're mad. And they're really just mad because they're trying to make us mad. The Democrats are hoping to tap, it literally says the Democrats are hoping to tap anger over Roe vs. Wade to work. They're literally trying to make you mad. If you don't understand this, you are smash the like button. For the love of God, just for someone with a brain out there. I'm looking at one person out there, okay? If you don't understand that all they're trying to do is get us to fight so that they can win elections, you're insane. Okay, they don't care about this whole Roe vs. Wade thing. They don't care about you. They just care about power. That's it. So if you're fighting, you're just doing what they want you to do. Okay, can I get a witness? Okay, I'm not going to take a side on this. Can we just talk? Can we just okay, we're gonna skip over that because there's just so much stupidity in the world. But anyway, we have elections coming in November and a lot of other crap happening. So with all that being said, what we're here to do is not talk about current events. We're here to talk about how all this plays out. We have all these 900 different things that are happening, but what you want to know and what we want to know is what happens next. All of this shit is happening. All of it is happening right now. Okay, what happens next? What if you could see the future? I'm about to lay this down for you. You're not even ready. Smash the like button if you haven't smashed it already. Let's go. How does it play out? Let's try really hard to predict everything. I could go through the game theory right now, right? I could talk about how X is leading to Y, it's leading to Z, and this is how this, first we're going to have a rate hike, then the supply chains are going to affect this, then inflation's going to go to here, then the lockdown, then the bank run, then Japan's going to blow up, which is going to cause us to print this amount of money. Guys, that video would take 6 hours, and that's not what we're here to do. I could do all that, right? But what if there's a simpler explanation? Most of my good trades are based on simple-ass ideas. Back in March 2020, I knew that they were going to print unlimited amounts of money. Thus, I bought Bitcoin. Thus, it was one of my best trades ever. Okay, so we need to break this down to brass tacks. How many of you guys like simple ideas, right? And so I think there is a simpler explanation to all this madness, all this talk on Twitter. I'm going to go through it right now. First and foremost, the U.S. debt is at $30 trillion. Holy crap. That is a lot of money. We have a lot of debt, okay? The interest on the national debt, as I talked about in my last video, is growing, okay? If you look at this table right here, we know this is basically what I'm trying to show you is the foundation of my argument, okay? We have a ton of debt. We have a shit ton of debt. We are in control of this interest rate right here. If this interest rate goes up, guess what? The interest on our debt goes up. That's like calling your credit company and saying, hello, ring, ring, ring. I'm paying, $2,000 a month in interest at a 5% rate. Would you please raise my rate to 10% so I can pay $4,000 a month? And the credit card company's like, sure, right? And that's what they're doing, right? They're raising the rates on themselves. So the one thing that we can, and you can go watch this video for even more explanation after this if you want. I'll put a thing at the top at the end. But the thing that we can establish, the firm foundation. Y'all didn't know I could sing, right? Like this is a great song, Christ is my firm foundation, the rock on which I stand. Where everything around me is shaking. I've never been more glad. Woo! Did you hear that? Oh, I'm bringing out all the stops today. But anyway, your boy can sing. That was totally off topic. But the reason I brought up the firm foundation song here thing is the foundation of this argument is that the sorry, I was so distracted by my amazing vocals. Is the fact that they cannot raise interest rates, guys. They cannot. They have an unlimited amount of debt. If they keep, the interest on this debt will be so high that the United States government will go bankrupt. We know that they can't default on their debt, right? The U.S. will not go bankrupt without a fight. That is a fact, okay? We have established the one fact in the room. There's a lot of, like I showed in the beginning, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but we have one fact in the room. The U.S. is not going to go bankrupt, okay? They're not going to. And if they raise interest rates to a certain level, that is exactly what will happen. So then we know the Fed will have to print that money at some point, right? The question is when? So we know. So for those of you who don't know, just real quick, I know there's people that are new to the channel. Thank you for sharing the videos, by the way. When they raise interest rates, they slow down this money printer. Okay, so I'm gonna simulate that. You see how it's slower? When they raise interest rates, they slow down the money printer. When they lower interest rates, okay, hold on. I'm gonna speed this up. When they lower interest rates, they speed up the money printer. Back in March of 2020, they were lowering interest rates and they were speeding up the money printer. Now they are raising interest rates and slowing down the money printer. Are you with me? That is the mechanism that they are using, okay? But what I have just told you is that at some point they cannot keep raising interest rates or they will go bankrupt, so they will print that money. The question is when, okay? So here's the questions I'm asking myself to try to answer the question, when will they turn the money printer back on? Because when they turn the money printer back on, Bitcoin is going up, baby. I'm saying Bitcoin to new all-time highs, Bitcoin to $100,000 minimum, and that's a great trade because right now we're at $20,000. If you could go from 20, and I don't trade stocks. The same thing will happen with stocks, but $20,000 Bitcoin, right? Even if we just go to 100,000, I know I'm really bad at math. I know we're all smart here, but like 100K up here, guys, that's a 5X. That's a 5X on the safest investment you can get in crypto, and obviously altcoins will do much better than that. So I personally want to get this 5X, so I want to know when it's going to happen, and that's what I'm going to tell you right now. The question I'm asking myself is, are the people in power competent? Okay? I need to know when they're going to turn the money printer back on, when the Fed is going to pivot. But the first question, and it might sound unrelated, but just stay with me, is, are the people in power right now competent individuals? Are these like Elon Musk level entrepreneurs? Are these like, Jeff Bezos or Mark Cuban? Like, are these really smart, competent people? Let me just show some pictures on the screen. You tell me. Are these competent, wise, good allocators of capital, smart people? Let's check it out. Ready? These are who's in charge. Ooh. Ah. I don't know. Ooh. Ah. I don't know. Oh. Ah. Who? Smart? I don't know. Old people. Look at these old ass people. I mean, come on, man. This is who's in charge. These are the people that are these people competent? Are they capable of making the decisions? Because clearly we're between a rock and a hard place, right? We have inflation, like I said, we have inflation at all-time highs. We have all of this shit happening in the world. It's going to take, can we all agree on the camera right now, that it's going to take, it's going to take a smart executor, a good person, someone with a lot of brains and a lot of ability to execute and manage people, like an Elon Musk level person, in order to, it's like threading a needle in order to make sure that none of this stuff breaks, right? Like if every single one of these factors plus a million more could cause us to really, really have a bad time, it's going to take someone very, very competent in order to navigate those waters, right? It's like going on a sea. It's like going on the ocean and it's a horrible hurricane. Do you want to have a very good captain or a captain that has never flown a boat, has never sailed a boat before, right? Right now, it is my opinion that the current leaders are not competent. These people have never flown a boat. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're old. They're basing their decisions off old models. They don't know what the is going on. Half of them are senile, okay? So, my next point is this. Will these people be able to navigate this insane situation without breaking something? Remember all these factors? All-time highs, recession's already here, the Fed's hiking rates, supply chains are jacked up, China's locking down, there's a bank run in China right now, the Bank of Japan's blowing up, we have contagion, everyone's killing each other, everyone's at each other's throats, everyone's mad at each other, there's elections coming up. Are these people in power going to be able to navigate this situation without breaking something? You tell me. You tell me, guys, can they do all of that? Can they navigate these waters? Can they sail this ship across the bumpy waters without breaking something? It is my opinion that they cannot. They cannot. I do not trust these people to navigate the boat safely. Okay, so that leads me to my third question. And this is where the light bulb should click for you, and you should share this video with 12 people. What do these people do when they are under stress? Because they're going to be under stress. The boat is going to be rocking. Okay? The boat's going to be rocking. They have to deal with all this shit. They're old as hell. They're not competent. And what are they going to do when they're under stress? What do they do every time? And here's the thing, we know the answer. We can look back throughout history. Check this out. That was just the debt to GDP. Ignore that. Okay. This is what they do. You see this? Emergency stimulus. Emergency stimulus. This is like showing up to a fight, getting punched in the face, and all your plans go out the window. They have all these plans. We're going to raise interest rates. We're going to slow down the money printer. We're not going to do it. We're going to do the right thing. And then you show up, you get punched in the face, and guess what happens? Emergency stimulus. How likely are stimulus checks to be used in the next recession? Economists weigh in. We have stimulus payments, updates. Who will get these $600 checks this week? That's what people ask. People don't ask, how can we solve the problem? How can we actually pay down our debt? How can we actually deal with this problem in a logical, smart way? No, they ask, when do I get my next stimulus check? This is what we're dealing with here, okay? Pandemic era checks rewired how these Americans see money. Stimulus changed how I think about what's possible. No shit. Oh, wow, you saw a money printer go burr forever and the way you've thought about money has changed? No way. That's crazy. Guys, the debt's insane. We have in history many examples. This is Roosevelt in 1934, where he literally devalued the dollar by almost 75% by confiscating all the gold. I talked about it in my last YouTube video, and then changing the price of gold. You can read about it right here. He took all the gold, changed the price of gold, changed the value of the dollar like this. It happens every single time throughout history. Don't believe me? Go watch this video. It's by Ray Diallo. It's called The Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order by Ray Diallo, whatever. He says he has analyzed this is where your mind should blow, and you should share this with 12 people, okay? He's analyzed every single culture, every single world power going back hundreds and hundreds of years. This is one of the best videos on the internet. If you haven't watched it, it has 16 million views, okay? And he says it all follows the same cycle. It's weird how that works. Humans, greed never changes. Behavior's the same. So what happens? We have a financial bubble. Does that sound familiar? That sound like something that Pictures of Apes were going for $20 million last year? Financial bubble. The richest people in the world, Elon Musk, is worth like 80 trillion. He's worth so much money. He could buy my entire city twice, 5 times. Big wealth gap. Okay, does that sound like last year? Sounds like last year. Financial bust and economic downturn. Does that sound like this year? Does that sound like 2022 to you? Everything's down 100%. Sounds like a bust to me. Guess what happens next? Holy crap. Holy crap. Do I have to? This is where, you're welcome for this video. Do I have to know how this factor is going to relate to this factor and is going to relate to this factor and how it's all going to play out perfectly step by step? No, I don't. Because guess what happens next? Every single time throughout history, every single empire, every single time, they print money. They print money because it's exactly like I said in my last video. The only way out of this situation is the currency. The currency is the only exit valve. They have to devalue the United States dollar or they will go bankrupt. So one day, I don't know when it's going to be. I don't know. I cannot tell you that, but I do know this. They are going to break something. They are incompetent. They're going to mess this up. And when it breaks, the only way out, and I've said this again and I will keep saying it until it happens, is to take the dollar that I wish I had a dollar bill. I don't have one. Because guess what? They're taking us to a cashless society so that they can do this instantly without even asking you. You're going to wake up and $1 is going to be worth 50 cents. And guess what? Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot more then. So if you're playing this game right now, I'm just going to end the video here. You are betting. If you're not buying Bitcoin here, you are betting that these competent people in the White House are going, and everywhere in the world are going to get all this right, that they're going to navigate all of these events without breaking something. And my bet is not on that. My bet is them breaking shit. My bet is 100% chance of them breaking something soon. Something is going to break, and when it breaks, they're going to feel pain. And when they feel pain, what are they going to do? Is they're going to print that mother effing money, because it's the only thing that they're able to do. And when that happens, Bitcoin to 100K, we all get rich. You're welcome. But you're not going to get rich if your money's sitting in PNC Bank not doing anything. If you want to talk about this with people that are smart, with like-minded individuals, join the NFT project. I'm not going to shill anything on this channel, okay? But I'm only talking about this because I love it. I'm in here every single day and I'm talking with people and we have the best community on the planet. So it's linked below every video. If you enjoyed this, for the love of God, share it. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye.